Junkin' Pool over here in Portville 1. Hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Yep, a little nippy out here today. Been out here messing around. I knocked all the rust spots out of my driveway before we got this snow. It was pretty lumpy. I smoothed it out, filled a couple holes, and so we sold a 3-point blade we had over here today. We had it on the computer, and I guess the guy drove by and seen it out here and wanted to get back a hold of us, and then he looked on the computer and realized it was the same blade. He just lived around the corner. I got the bucket back on here, and I've been working on my project over here, this press. I'm getting it pretty much ready to go. I do got a leak there. I got to tighten that up. I just put these hoses on here. Whoops. Used the Teflon tape. So I put this 5-spool valve on here. I've got 6-spool valve. I've got the other 4 handles so I don't hit them. I'm going to plug these off, and as I need them, I'll just pull the plugs out. No problem, as long as you don't hit the valve there. I had that on it to keep the snow up. I had it all tied down. So yeah, we got that all kind of mounted. I got to remount it. I got to do some adjusting on it, but it's kind of a temporary thing. So the goal for this thing is to be able to shear different stuff. And I know I showed this before, but the scrapyard over there has got like 9,000 pounds of this stuff, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing to shear. That's aluminum in the center there. And it's got little thin plate around there. So my plan is to put it in here, this thing here. It'll set in there like that, and they got them, and they're probably 3-4 foot chunks. I'm going to raise this platform up. Well, actually, I'm going to add to the platform. I'm just going to build it up. But yeah, that's going to set similar to that. Of course, this blade's going to mount upside down here with the sharp part at the bottom. Obviously, that I-beam I cut up. Got somewhat of a blade on it. So I'm going to fire this up and show you what we got going. This is actually, I've had it around a long time, and yeah, this just started leaking. It wasn't leaking earlier. Whoops. Looks like it might have some moisture. Debbie's going to video for a minute. I'm going to make this a short one. It's pretty cold. I'm going to move this out of the way. Watch your toes, Debbie. Man, that's a nice piece of steel. See this, Debbie?
Yep. Oh yeah, don't let that fall on your toes.
I'm going to actually put that on here. Probably have to cut a slot in, maybe a bigger one than this. Have to cut a slot down there so the blade will ride in there. And I'm going to bolt it through these holes up here. I'm going to bolt it through in here. That's the plan. Let's get this going to start. Should. It was running a little while ago. so it's missing. Yeah, it's
Like-
kind of loud on people's ears, but
Looks like it's working good.
yeah, it's gonna work good. I'm gonna have to go back and take this off. I've actually got another chunk of hose. I think we just moved it, but I can make this one just a little bit longer. And I was gonna do that. This piece that was on there, we took in to fit to resize it and fit everything. So I got it reduced down 1 inch to whatever size that was, and same up there. I was hoping that I didn't have to rebuild the cylinder because I tried to actually lift this up with a skid steer when it had the forks and it wouldn't compress and there was no hoses hooked to it. So I popped the top of that off and aimed it up and I filled it with tranny fluid. I let it set all day and I don't know, I hooked them up. And these are kind of rusty, so it's a little hesitant. But I oiled them and WD'd them. I was going to get the wire wheel after them, but it seems like it's working pretty good. I think it'll clean itself off. And I just got to get this blade with something to hold it into place and then figure out where I want at least probably 2 holes in the back and the front. And I'll get the grade 8 bolts, nuts, and washers. And see, that'll be removable, so I'll be able to change these to, depending on what I'm doing. These little attachments I'll be making up, they'll all be removable, so I'm not just stuck with one. But that's gonna hold the wire. I'm gonna try some of it and see how it works. I think it'll work good. I just gotta raise that up a little bit, that platform. That's bolted down, and I've got some real heavy stuff to brace it so it ain't going nowhere. I've got a lot of plans to run different stuff off this. That's why I got the 6 different things, my rim crusher and a couple other ideas. I can't remember what they are now, but a few other things. Test cylinders out. You can just test cylinders out, and if you're selling them, show people they work. There's a piece of firewood. Imagine that. Yeah, just thought I'd show a little update on my press project here. Have a good day. We'll get into splitting some motor cases, probably with a different blade, but goodbye now. Find a project, or not.